yeah, you don't want to mess around and do them both, do them at the same time, and it's easier in your brain that way.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling you, man, I was staring at it. I had the whole VFO part, and I looked at it and I went, you know, man, sometimes you gotta trust your instincts, right?
Absolutely, I've learned my lesson on those, man. I don't care what it is. I look at it and go, you know how that resistor looks fine. No, you got it apart. Change it now, dumbass.
Yeah, there was those are those Cornell silver micas, those little purple ones. And I saw it in there. Man, I should probably change that, you know. There was another one it was an 18 puff, and it was in the carrier null circuit. And that was changing on me. And so I didn't have an 18, I had a 20. I popped it in there, completely cured. And that was my tip off. I need to change them all.
You know, as old as that radio is, yep.
I changed the can cap in it yesterday, and the can cap was dated 3rd month of 1966.
Did you find one at Hayseed, or did you find one someplace else?
I had Hayseed make me one, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with their product. I've never had a problem with one.
Yeah, I got. There's actually one company that still makes can caps, like actual real can caps, and that's CDE. They bought all the Mallory equipment and resurrected it all. They make them, and they're really nice. You know, you can get them at Antique Electronic Supply. So anyways, I ordered the cap. It took like 3 weeks for them to make it, and they sent it to me, and it's the wrong freaking size. And of course, it's custom. I can't return it. So it's my fault. It's not their fault. I just I just thought it was that one, and that's the one I need, and whatever. So I'll use it eventually because it's like the size that would fit in a Swan or like 90% of the other radios. So I just threw it in stock. So on that radio, I just put the caps underneath.
Right, yeah. The ones that are usually 80, 40, 40, or 80, 40, 25, or something like that. So, you know, pretty much, you can use them, and, you know, it's like, the thing is, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I got to looking at it, because I decided, this particular one was a dual 30. It was a dual 30 at 450. And I got to looking at it, man, and, you know, the capacitor is way up in the front of the radio, up on the chassis, and I got to look at the wires. Well, the wires run all the way to the back corner of the radio, Terry. They run the two wires up to the 30 mic sections. I'm telling you, it's a foot of wire. It goes all the way through the harness, all the way wraps around, and eventually ends up where the voltage comes in, right? And I started ohming it out, and I thought, well, this is just ridiculous. You don't need all that wiring or the can cap. They put the can cap there because that's where it would fit, right?
Well, most of the, you know, when they sit down and design on them, they put all the components in there. Then somebody goes and comes up with the wiring, and you know, back in those days, it was a single wire for everything, and yeah, with the little beeswax string that you tied it together with, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. But the power, the actual wires start at the connector where the power supply brings the voltage in. It doesn't need to be in the front of the radio, because when it hits the front of the radio, guess what it does? It turns around, goes back into the harness, and all the way back around to the side of the radio, and then branches out to where it needs to go. And so I thought, man, I'm going to eliminate like 1.5 to 2 feet of wire on each section of that cap by just simply soldering 2 47 mic caps right in the back. And that's what I did.
Yeah, that wouldn't change anything as far as capacitance and as resistance or anything, right?
No, it's just unnecessary wiring. I mean, it's no problem going from a 30 to a 47. You know, that's fine. I always usually go up one size anyways. But yeah, no, it's just completely unnecessary. So that's why when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh hell, I'm just gonna, you know, cut, shrink the wires, tuck those away in case somebody wants to put it back, and I put Teflon on the leads and wrapped them and soldered the caps right there. They just sit perfect.
No, I know what you're saying about going up on the cap. That's not a problem. I meant the once you eliminate all that extra wire, you know, does that change anything?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I went in there and measured it. You know, it's 283 volts.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, like you say, they built a chassis and then sent it down the line, and somebody designed the freaking wiring harness, and they didn't think about it, you know.
Well, it's just where it would fit. Yeah, there's no other reason. It's just that there was real estate on the chassis, and they put the can cap there. But I like to put the hayseeds in, you know, or just get a direct replacement, really. But, you know, sometimes you just can't do that. This power supply, when I opened it up, they had already changed all the high voltage caps. Yeah, they did a really nice job on that. They had what I think is like Kydex. Somebody machined a piece of Kydex to hold all the new caps. Looks beautiful. So I don't know who the hell did that, but they did a great job. And they replaced the other caps on the bottom, but they didn't have that 500 volt screen cap. So I replaced that. But you know, they're ready to go. I'll send you a picture. I painted the transformers. They just look beautiful.
There he is. Oh, man, you've been gone for an hour.
He was walking the dog.
This and that. You know how it is.
Told you.
How you doing out there, Clark?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I said he's walking the dog.
Yeah, anyway, how's my signal down there?
Good, nice and strong.
Oh, good, okay. Yeah, you know, you gotta walk him and do this and that before he goes to bed at night. I think the wind stopped, I'm not sure, but right now it seems quiet.
Yeah, I'm only looking at about 4 on the wind speed right now. It was 11 a little while ago. It's calmed down.
Is it windy down there, Clark?
It was earlier, but it's not now. Well, actually, I just looked out the window at the cafe lights. They're moving around a little bit, so I guess we have some wind. Yeah, I sent you a picture, Terry. I didn't take a picture of the whole power supply apart. I just forgot, but you get an idea. That big transformer, that thing was rust. There's like absolutely no paint on it. I don't know what the hell happened to it. It was just covered.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, and you know, I was going to say a little while ago, I gave up on trying to use the factory style Mallory caps because none of them are any good. I mean, when I was over at John's back probably 20 years ago, he says, yeah, it's hard to get good ones anymore, and that's when I started just doing a bypass thing, you know, and then Hayseed came out with them. Well, that was a better way to go.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. They're $57 now. I'm not going to spend $57 on a can cap. I did for this, for the other radio, but this one here, I said to hell with it. I already had the 47s in a drawer. I think they were $4 each, man. I mean, you know, it's just a lot of extra money.
No, I completely agree. They were getting really expensive, you know.
It took them almost a month to get that cap to me as well.
From Hayseed?
Yeah.
Wow. So maybe they're real busy, huh?
I guess. What's the antenna situation look like, David?
Well, I have the antenna push-up pole about 25 feet and stretched out about 65 feet, but it's going down. It's done in an inverted V position, so it's not as best. But I couldn't use my typical metal ladder to support it because it's too windy, and I was afraid that the wind would blow the ladder over.
So it just goes down to the ground?
No, there's a low-level tree. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a bushy tree, and I have it on that.
Like a Joshua tree or something?
Yeah, no, it's not a Joshua. I don't know what it is. It's a bush, but it's a big bush. And so I have it on one of the branches of the bushes.
Bush.
All right, well, it seems to be working great.
Yeah, I might just leave it there. Because before, when it's been this windy, what would happen is the wind would blow over the ladder, and I don't want that to
The
happen.
bush.
Even though I would put some bricks on the ladder, it wouldn't take much to blow over the wet ladder with this kind of wind.
Well, how long are you there for?
Till Friday.
Well, the wind will probably die down. You'll be able to readjust it.
You promise it'll die down?
No, but I would assume it would.
I know. You should have seen the drive here today. It was kind of touchy, especially on I-17 going down that hill into the Verde Valley with that wind. It was touch and go.
Yeah.
No, I spent the whole day on the 40, watching the motorhomes and the box trucks and the big trucks bouncing around, and I was playing Frogger trying to stay out of their way.
Did your truck hold the road pretty well, Jerry?
Oh yeah, but those big gusts, man, I know it scared the heck out of them one time because it just shook the whole truck one time. They said that they were up to 50-mile-an-hour gusts, and it felt like it out there.
Well, yeah, and then 40 is pretty open, so that it'd even be worse on Route 40.
Oh yeah.
There's not any trees or anything on Route 40.
Oh no, from Kingman all the way into Williams, that's the way it is, yeah.
And I imagine there's still snow on top of Mount Humphreys, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
You think they're still skiing up there?
Oh yeah, they just showed them the other night. They were still skiing. Yeah, this last storm that came in last week, they were up there showing the ski resorts.